Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. I just want to tell you guys that I love Freya Skye's music and I think I've fallen in love with it. It is beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. The music video for Can't Fake It, the music video for Gold's Gone, absolutely incredible. So I've come to the realization that there's only one thing left for yours truly to do. And that is get behind Freya Skye and push her until she becomes the biggest pop star since Taylor Swift. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get behind Freya Skye. I'm going to upload hundreds of videos about Freya Skye. So if you're a fan of Freya Skye, you're probably going to want to subscribe to this YouTube channel because I promise you I will always come through for you and I will never let you down, nor will I ever go away. Because I have this thing where magic follows me everywhere I go. And what I mean by magic follows me everywhere I go, when I notice the potential of a superstar, I immediately get behind them, and I start pushing them, like I did for Ariana Grande, like I've done for Victoria Justice, like I did for Taylor Swift, and they explode overnight. So because I realize how much Freya Skye means to each and every one of you, I'm going to get behind her until I push her to the brink, and until she becomes the biggest thing since Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande. That's the only thing I can do. That's the only thing we can do together, because we realize how popular she is. And I realize how much you love each and every time she steps out onto that stage and performs a song off of her EP, which has always and forever been a constant struggle to promote. But even with how it's been a constant struggle to promote forever and always, it's because of your guys' love and your passion for Freya Skye that has made her the superstar that she is and has become overnight undeniably. Because there is never a denial coming from me of how beautiful that girl is, how gorgeous she is, how unbelievably talented she is. So do I think she deserves to be criticized on a 15-minute long video? Oh no, she doesn't. And I'm going to take that away from her. I'm going to take that away from every star of Descendants of Zombies that has meant something to your heart for the last decade, because a decade is a long time. I had this conversation with my dad and my grandfather over a decade ago when we said a lot can happen in 10 years. And in that 10-year period, they both passed away. But they just wanted me to know that a lot could happen in 10 years. And they could have never been more right with their assumption. Because I really do believe that a lot in 10 years can happen. And we've seen a lot. We've seen the best of them come and go. We've created so many unforgettable moments. We've been a part of everything. We've cried together. We've laughed together. We've shared together in the passion of Descendants of Zombies. And I couldn't be more honored to have spent this last decade with you guys profiling Descendants of Zombies and showcasing it for its true worth and its true value. And how we did that was by showcasing Clarke and Freya Skye on a pedestal that they were more than deserving of being on, and talking about everything that was so uplifting about them. Now I know on videos on TikTok they were crying because of their political point of view, their relationship status, having rumors derived from it. I get that, because that's what a critic does. That's what they love to do. They love to see tears and put tears in the eyes of people like Clarke and Freya Skye. But that stops here and now. Because if it's the last thing that I do as a host of a show on YouTube, it is going to be to solidify the legacies of your favorite stars to make sure they go down in history for being some of the greatest of all time. Why am I going to do that? Because that's what I always wanted to go down in history for having been. I don't know how many people know who I am. I don't know how many people watch this show. I don't know how much of a reach these videos have every time I upload one about Descendants of Zombies. But I just want to go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. But preferably, I want your favorite stars to be remembered and their contributions to never be forgotten about, especially Freya, because of how much of an explosion she had onto the set of Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, her first breakout role in movies, and I think there are many more to happen for her. I say this because I've been a part of every Disney franchise for forever. Peter Pan back in the early 1990s, 101 Dalmatians back in the early 1990s, Beauty and the Beast from the early 1990s. I grew up as a millennial, so I saw all the hit classics from Disney become superstars overnight, like Peggy O'Hare, who was the voice of Belle, of course Linda Larkin, who was the voice of Jasmine. I fell in love with all these iconic characters because I witnessed these movies become sensations overnight because I was there for virtually every red carpet premiere. And I never felt so honored to be a part of every red carpet premiere that I was a part of. And to see the red carpet premieres of Descendants of Zombies really set things in motion for me for what would be an unforgettable 10 years. A decade of so many unforgettable memories and moments that we shared at the expense of Clarke and Freya Skye, never to criticize them, but to put them over in ways that they deserve to be put over. Because I saw Freya Skye on the red carpet premiere of Descendants, ever before she had the opportunity to be in Zombies, and she had this beautiful jean jacket on. And I said, this girl is absolutely incredible. Whew. She's mind-blowing. So the best way that I know how to show her the respect she deserves is put her over in these videos for the millions of fans that we have of her, with 500,000 people having subscribed to her YouTube channel. Hey Freya, can I borrow some of your subscribers, because it's somewhat challenging getting somebody to click on your thumbnail. After I upload this Freya Skye video, I'm hoping somebody is going to hit my subscribe button after watching my video, after having found my thumbnail and clicking on it, because that's the greatest challenge ever for a YouTube creator. But all a YouTube creator has to do is to find a niche that's forever appreciative of he or she's content, fall into that niche, and consistently upload videos about that niche, be it Descendants or Zombies or regardless of something else. Because I could be talking about anything on YouTube, but Freya Skye is the thing that I think is making waves and everybody is talking about for a reason. And they're talking about her because they realize the potential that exists in her heart. And because I too recognize the potential that exists inside of her heart, that means I never want to let each and every one of you down. Because I really do believe that if you're going to talk about these stars, talk about them in a way that they deserve to be talked about. And talk about them in a way that there's meaning put behind it. If you love a song like Fake It, if you love a song like Gold's Gone, at least explain why you love it. I'll tell you why I loved it, because of the energy, because of how fun it was to watch. I can only imagine how fun it was to collaborate these music videos, especially the Worlds Collide Tour music video for Gold's Gone. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. There are no other words that you can describe for these music videos or put forth. I think that the critics just look for something to criticize, whether it be Kylie Control's color scheme, whether it be Freya Skye's color scheme, her atmosphere she's surrounded by, the people she surrounds herself with. I think they just look for something to criticize. How she falls asleep on a tour bus, I can't blame her. Because I remember seeing Miley Cyrus years ago falling asleep on a tour bus, and now 15 years later, I see Freya Skye doing the same thing. And I just want her to know that, man, even though you feel like you're missing your friends and you're missing your family, you have each and every one of us who love you dearly, and that's why we talk about you on YouTube all the time. That's why I create all these videos, because I see the passion that exists inside of their heart for you, and because I know how much you mean to them. So every single time you're missing your friends or you're crying because you can't make sense of your own life because of what some critic says about you or how they feel about you, just know forever and always you will have this YouTube channel, and you will have my love and support forever for the foreseeable future, because I really do believe that if you're going to talk about somebody, talk about them and do them justice. Talk about them in a way that you give them life and they can draw inspiration from you. I know I'm a guy who sits in front of his camera every night with a black shirt on, ready to jump through his window and take on 1,000 vampires. But somebody's got to do it. And I know I eat mini wheats every morning before breakfast, before I record a video about Descendants and Zombies for you guys, but I've got to fill myself up and I've got to have energy to record all these videos while you're in school. But I do it because I really believe that there's a passion that goes with talking about Descendants and Zombies and being excited for the new chapter that's forthcoming. Because, like it or not, there will be a fourth chapter. Hey, idiots out there who criticize Descendants and Zombies, you obviously don't know what's up or what's happening, because Freya Skye has taken the world by storm. She's already taken the UK by storm, and likewise she's taking the United States by storm by how many people are downloading her music off of Spotify and iTunes. It's great. FreyaSkye.com, beautiful backdrop. I say this because I used to design a lot of websites years ago for high school. I built the high school website. That was many years ago, but I say this because I had a greater appreciation for web design and web development, and I see this beautiful backdrop on FreyaSkye.com, and it's absolutely mind-blowing to me. I think you guys should head over there and check it out, buy some of her music. I'm not doing this to promote her. I'm just doing this to put her over in a way to showcase her appreciation that I have for her, and I know that each and every one of you have for her, because the most energetic performance that I saw at the Worlds Collide Tour was Freya Skye's performance of Gold's Gone, because of how lost in the moment she was with each and every one of you, and how she really brought it to life in a way that nobody had ever been able to bring it to life before. So because she could bring a song like that to life like never before, can you imagine what her music is going to sound like probably 5 years from now, even 10? I hope I'm around to profile it and cover it for you guys. Because I saw a star like Taylor Swift go from singing in bars, nobody had ever heard of her name, nobody had ever heard of her, and she was given a chance because her agent was in that same bar that night when she was singing a song called Tim McGraw. They brought her into a recording studio, and she never left since and had no regrets. Since then, she's recorded 12 studio albums, gained a net worth of over $1.5 billion in revenue. That is outstanding. And I really believe that while Freya Skye may never get to $1.5 billion in revenue, for sure she's the next Taylor Swift. I don't care what her net worth is, because it's just a number. And that's really all a net worth is a number. It's not a showcase of talent. It's not putting somebody on a pedestal they deserve to be on. It's just saying, okay, this star is worth this much, that star is worth that much. Drake is the biggest pop rapper in the world. Who cares what anybody thinks about them? The thing is, it's you guys that matter. It's what you think about these stars that matter. It's what you think puts them in the position they're in to take over and sell millions of records, which is forever and always going to be a constant struggle, because my heart goes out to everybody who does this day after day, night after night, because recording an album for a label is one thing, but recording an album independently is forever and always a constant struggle. I've seen the best of them come and go. But I really do believe that Freya Skye has something special, which is why we can never make enough great videos about her, which is why we can never say enough nice things about her, because when people are choosing to criticize Freya, it's because they don't know the first thing about Freya, and they don't want to give her a chance. All I've ever wanted to do is come on this show and talk about Freya Skye to give her purpose and give her meaning and to showcase her for her true value. And some way or somehow, I like to believe that I did that. I know I may receive criticism beyond belief for these videos, but the thing is, I really do love your favorite stars the way you love them. And I appreciate them for who you are and how you feel about them. Because if you're going to upload a video about Descendants and Zombies, okay, well then talk about Descendants and Zombies. And talk about it with meaning, and talk about it that you get everybody excited for your next video. Because there's no greater feeling than somebody hitting your subscribe button because they too realize that you love Freya Skye so much, enough so that you would make a million videos about Freya Skye and upload them to your YouTube channel and have no regrets. And I seriously have no regrets. I think she is going to be a huge star. I don't care how many times you put Ariana Grande's voice on the Wicked soundtrack, or you talk about Taylor Swift and all the movie roles that she's been a part of, from New Year's Eve to The Lorax. I was there for virtually every single one of them. The Hannah Montana movie in 2009. I've seen the best years of Taylor Swift's career come and go. And now after 12 studio albums, I've grown tired of Taylor Swift. I've grown tired of Sabrina Carpenter and the revolving door of who's going to play Rapunzel in Disney's live-action Tangled. I don't care who's going to play Rapunzel. I think Ruby Rose Turner deserves more of a chance than she's ever been given. And hey, why not throw Freya Skye into the conversation? I'll go as far as to do you one better. Because Freya Skye has this unbelievable amount of curiosity. She has this undeniable love for life and a passion for music and acting. So because she has a passion for music and acting, let's throw her name into the conversation and make something happen for her. When I kicked off this video in the first 5 minutes, I promised you I was going to get behind Freya Skye, and I was going to push her to the heights of unprecedentedness to make sure that she goes down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. And I have this to say to each and every one of you: watch me work. But in saying that, I can't do it without your guys' help. So if in fact you are a fan of Freya Skye who clicked on this video, who are watching me for perhaps the first time, hi, my name is Jonathan Clarke, and it's an honor to meet you. I'm a fan of everything Disney and Nickelodeon. I've been a fan of everything Disney and Nickelodeon for the last 30 years. And I've been around a lot longer than many of you have perhaps been alive. I've been on YouTube for a very long time. But it is the greatest honor of my life, know this, to sit here and talk about Descendants and Zombies. And the way I choose to perceive it is if we're going down together. Because I know you guys have received your fair share of criticism for being fans of Descendants and Zombies. You don't deserve to be criticized. And I'm here to tell you guys that there's nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants and Zombies or whatever star that you are a fan of. I really do believe that there is something special about this niche. And what's special about this niche is this never say die, never quit on you attitude that I give a profound amount of respect and credit for and shout-outs for constantly. Because you guys deserve all the respect in the world for really bringing these franchises to life and turning them into a global phenomenon. For the merch, for the reviews, you guys have outshined any amount of criticism that these franchises have received and any amount of criticism these stars have been faced with. Because I can only imagine what they go through. You know, watching videos of what people think about them on YouTube must be very hurtful. But I want people like Kylie Control and Freya Skye to know that when they're missing their friends, when they're on tour, and they can't make sense of their own life because of critical reviews that are uploaded on YouTube, their friends are that much closer to them than they ever realize. Because their greatest friends and their greatest treasures are each and every one of you. And all they've got to think about is how many millions of people have supported them from the very beginning. I remember when Kylie Control had a song, a music video for 99, and that wasn't yesterday. But 99 was a beautiful song that really set things in motion for Kylie Control. Since then, Goodie Bag, Denim, and See You Tonight have found their way to the top of every Billboard chart that we can discuss. And if we were to discuss every Billboard chart, we'd be here for a very long time. But I say this because I've seen the best of them come and go. And when you can put out songs like 99, See You Tonight, Goodie Bag, and Denim, and you can also perform songs off the Red soundtrack for Descendants, The Rise of Red, I think that is absolutely phenomenal. And it shows both sides of Kylie Cantrell, a passionate actress and a passionate person who believes in everything in life and who supports everyone and everything, who doesn't judge anybody, which are qualities that I think a lot of celebrities could learn from, qualities that I myself could learn from. Because I think because of these Descendant stars, most notably Ruby Rose Turner, I've become a better person. And I like to believe that I'm a better person because of each and every one of you. Because you saw the good in me when nobody else ever could. You guys gave me a second chance. You said, hey, you're cool, you can talk about Descendants of Zombies for us for the rest of our lives. And we'll just watch you on YouTube and hit your like button and your subscribe button 50,000 times. And I've been cool with that ever since. And I've never left. I've had no regrets since. Because I really do believe that you guys have deserved better about your reviews of Descendants of Zombies, watching the same 5 videos every night on YouTube, which must be a constant struggle for each and every one of you. My heart dearly goes out to each and every one of you at just 7:08 p.m. this evening, because in all honesty, you guys really do deserve way better reviews of Descendants of Zombies, because I don't know for the life of me why people can't make sense of the zombie script. I mean, the zombie script was from one moment to the next very unpredictable. I know, I get that. But we had a greater appreciation for life, did we not? After watching Zombies, every part of the franchise, and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, which had so many moments of significance that we've never forgotten about. The final kiss between Zed and Addison, the meeting of Victor and Nova for the first time ever, setting up for the torch to be passed. And there was even a song where the lyrics of passing the torch to somebody was in that song. That's what was so great about the Descendants of Zombies franchises, where there were so many moments of unpredictability, moments we never saw coming. And I think that I can sit here and literally talk about Descendants of Zombies until the sun comes up tomorrow morning. And one of these nights I might just record a 12-hour long video about Descendants of Zombies for each and every one of you and just binge watch the whole thing. Because in all honesty, Descendants of Zombies are 2 franchises that have the chance, the greatest chance of all time, of lasting for forever. Of lasting in our hearts for an eternity. And if those 2 franchises can outlast High School Musical and Hannah Montana, franchises that became so revered for their own unique messages and their own unique vibe, so too can Descendants of Zombies. If people like Miley Cyrus can go down in history for being the youngest Disney legend of all time, so too can your favorite Descendants of Zombies stars end up in that conversation. And that is precisely what I'm here to do, to ensure their legacies and their futures become undeniable. And if anybody is going to review them in the final 3 minutes that I have on this podcast this evening, in a positive way, it is going to be me. Because I really do believe that you guys have deserved better for a very long time. People have cried for long enough. People have shared in disappointment for long enough with these 2 franchises. And it's time to give the people what they want when we talk about Descendants of Zombies. And if I'm that one guy that comes through every single time, I want you guys to know, no matter where I go or whatever happens to me, this has been the greatest honor of my life, to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies and to have helped you make sense of everything Descendants of Zombies. Because in all honesty, you guys have deserved better for a very long time. And it's about time somebody showed up on YouTube promising you videos that you have deserved for a very long time. And I couldn't be more honored to be that guy to do that for you and talk about your favorite stars. Because I do see the passion that exists in the heart of Freya Skye. I do see the passion that exists in the heart of someone like Kylie Cantrell, who came from out of nowhere and took a franchise that we thought it had a book closed on it for forever, reopened that book, and redistributed this franchise in a way that it was meant to be distributed after a 5-year hiatus. It was incredibly phenomenal what she did with this franchise, how much she believed in this franchise. So because she believed in this franchise so much, I really do believe that we need to give it a second chance. We need to give it a chance where the moments mean something to our hearts. They are moments that we are never ever going to forget. We are undeniably a part of it. We've been a part of it from the very beginning. No matter what the topic has been on this YouTube channel, it's always been about friendship. It's always been about true love. It's always about finding a second chance out there for people when they don't even think a second chance exists for them. Forgive me, but that's all I've ever wanted to do for everybody. And I like to believe that some way or somehow I was able to do that. And I was able to do that in a very emphatic way. I was able to do that in a way that meant something to somebody, and I was able to touch somebody's heart through reviewing people like Freya Skye, because I wanted to give them a chance. Because forever and always, when that girl falls asleep on a tour bus, I just want her to know that she's never alone. When it comes to support, when it comes to dedication, she is second to none. And she deserves way better reviews than what she's been seeing of herself. No way, shape, nor form should she be falling asleep because someone feels the way they do about her on some stupid YouTube video. What this girl deserves is love and support that you guys have shown her, and the least somebody can do that uploads a video on YouTube is do the exact same thing and have the feeling be mutual. Where do we go from here? We've got a year before Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland drops, at least 5 years before Zombies 5 happens, and I know that feels like forever for a lot of people. But that's precisely why I've dedicated my life and the rest of it to uploading Descendants to Zombies videos. Because I really do believe that if you're going to talk about these two franchises, you have to do it with meaning. And you have to do it with prestige. And if you can't do that, you should never upload a Descendants to Zombies video at all. Because most of the videos, at least 95% of them, are filled with criticism. And you guys have deserved way better reviews for a very long time. And I've just wanted to be that guy to sit in this chair every single night and do that for you guys. Because people like Freya, Skye, and Kylie Control don't have to feel alone when they don't have to. And that's the most amazing thing about Descendants to Zombies fans. They always remind you. They serve as a constant reminder that they're never going to be alone. And they are going to be some of their greatest friends for forever and always. And that's been proven evident to me more than it ever has before. Guys, seriously, thank you so much for all the love and support that you have shown this YouTube channel from beginning to end. This has been the most incredible journey that you girls have had me on for forever. And I know a journey that I will never ever forget. Over almost 3,000 people have subscribed to this YouTube channel, and nearly 70,000 views have happened for this YouTube channel, and I can't even believe that. That makes this the most popular Descendants to Zombies YouTube channel in the world right now. And I guess I have each and every one of you to thank for that, with over 70,000 views nearly happening for this YouTube channel, nearly 3,000 subscribers. We're not quite at 3,000 subscribers just yet, but that doesn't mean that we can't get there. Because the music of Freya Skye will forever remain legendary. Her name will become legendary one way or another. And that's what I'm here to make sure of, and be more certain of than I've ever been about any prediction I've made about any pop star over the years, because I've seen the best of them come and go. Freya Skye deserves a good life. And that's exactly what we're going to make happen for her, because we love her and we support her, and we want her to know that she's never alone. Guys, thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel. Keep rocking out to Freya Skye's music, as yours truly will continue to do too, making sure she's forever and always on my playlist, while I don't get any noise complaints from my next door neighbor, which has happened because I blast Descendants music all the time. It just so happens that Freya Skye's music now has ended up on my playlist in the top position. All I've got to do is push play for songs like Fake It and Goals Gone, because you guys have made me such a sucker for Freya Skye, undeniably having fallen in love with her. Thank you so much for all the love that you have shown this YouTube channel. Keep on hitting the like and subscribe button. This guy's out for the night. I will be back tomorrow morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. But until then, guys, keep Descendants to Zombies in your heart. Keep supporting the franchises that you grew up with, that you love, because there's nothing wrong with that. And we will talk more about Descendants to Zombies come sunrise tomorrow morning, which is only just a couple of hours away from now. Oh my God. Keep rocking out to Freya Skye. Keep on loving and supporting her, because she needs all the love she can get. Bye, YouTube. We will talk again tomorrow morning.